differently directed motion of currents of magma charged with the sun rays energy and of magma charged with the core emission creates the Earth's magnetic field. Any theory is good when it has a lot of proofs or is provable by act of nature. What proofs do we have on the planet's surface? To begin with, we know for sure that all motions on the planet take place in the direction of these currents' movements. Look, this is the west wind drift. Here, around Antarctica, there exists the west wind drift. The ocean flows in one direction. This corresponds to our mental motion. There is a south trade wind current along the equator, which moves against the planetary motion. Our planet consists of tectonic plates. Today, geophysics argue about which continents and tectonic plates move and in which direction. It is very simple. All tectonic plates and continents move only in the direction of these currents. Moreover, the earthquakes that take place are also caused by these currents' acceleration. For example, acceleration of this current results in the earthquakes in Chile. Upper air currents on the planet are also spun away by the energy of solar cosmic rays and the planet core emissions in the opposite directions. Let us see what proofs we have in space. It turns out that there is exactly the same visible, differently directed convection on the Jupiter. We can observe it on the Jupiter surface in the form of dust storms, atmosphere displacement. Therefore, we can easily say that our theory corresponds to the model we are talking about. And in order to balance all these currents, to make them natural, we need to normalize the technogenic electromagnetic field and thereby create the zones free from emissions in separate countries all over the world. And after that, the natural power interchange will be restored, and the magnetic field will protect us. Criticism of the carbon dioxide theory as the main cause of climatic changes on the planet. Increase in carbon dioxide atmospheric content by 2 or even by 20% cannot change the Earth's magnetic field. It cannot move oceanic currents, magma and continental plateau. It cannot affect seismic and volcanic activity on the planet, as there is not so much energy in carbon dioxide. 6 months later, proofs of the theory. Energy is needed to heat a coffee pot of water, to pour water into a cup. Energy is also needed to move chairs. If we fill the space with carbon dioxide, it will become somewhat hotter and breathing will get harder. But this will not cause the water in the coffee pot boil and the chairs move. In exactly the same way, the natural forces on our planet are provided with the energy of the Earth and the Sun, and in no other way. Energy spikes from the planet entrails can be observed on its surface. Here are the satellite pictures of the planet energy spikes when hurricanes emerge. These are seismic activity growth graphs. Pictures of volcanic eruptions. In the last decades, all these phenomena have considerably intensified and keep intensifying, facts well known to everyone. The mechanism forming a basis on such heating process remained not understood. We have unraveled this nature secret too. Experiments by Rutherford and other nuclear physicists proved that the atomic nucleus could be split if bombarded with energetic particles. The Earth's core is split in the similar way. Getting inside the planet, the energetic particles of solar radiation reach the core, passing through high-pressure areas, and knock protons and neutrons out of it, which hit magma on their way to the Earth's surface. Enhancement of the particle stream to the core results in growth in quantity of protons and neutrons emitted by the core, which is the reason for even stronger heating of the planet. In our next film we shall tell you how the solar energy reaches the Earth's core. The model of natural calamities growth we suggest is confirmed by natural phenomena on the Earth's surface. The temperature on the Earth increases in a non-uniform manner. Within the last decades, the average temperature at the equator increased by 1.5 degrees. At the North Pole it grew by 7 degrees. It increased by 3 degrees in the western part of Antarctica. It grew in the west of the Atlantic Ocean and in the northwest of the Pacific Ocean. And it remained unchanged in the eastern part of Antarctica. The reason for irregularity of the temperature growth on the planet is related to the technogenic electromagnetic field that changed the energy circulation on the planet. The temperature increases faster in the places getting more energy. Due to energy redistribution, Greenland and the western part of Antarctica lose their ice cover by thousands of square miles. Millions of tons of methane released from the melting eternal frost of Arctic, creating a threat of environmental catastrophes in these regions. The volcano in Iceland, asleep for 2 centuries, woke up and started covering the whole countries with volcanic ashes, disturbing the practiced rhythm of our life. Following it, other volcanoes in high latitudes are becoming active. The climate changes started all over the Earth. If you look at calculations, it is no wonder that the planet's North Pole is heated faster than the equator, and the number of hurricanes and tsunami in the oceans grew. The daily quantity of solar energy coming per 1 square meter on the planet's surface is 342 watts. Over the CIS territory, the technogenic electromagnetic field holds about 30% of these emissions. Over Europe, 20%, over North America and South Asia, about 15%. If we average these figures to 10% over the entire dry land territory, the area of which is about 149 trillion square meters, add to it the area of the surface of seas and oceans adjacent to dry land, covered with the technogenic electromagnetic fields as well, sum up these values, we will get about 10 petawatt of energy per 24 hours. This is 625 times higher than the energy generated and consumed by the mankind in a whole year. These figures are the answer to our opponents who don't understand how the mankind producing a negligibly small amount of energy on these planets, as compared to the quantity arriving from space, can influence climatic changes. It's very simple, by redistribution of solar energy of the technogenic electromagnetic field. To stop climatic changes, the zones free from technogenic emissions must be created. In this case, the energy exchange on the planet will be restored, it will start cooling down, and the growth of natural calamities will decrease. That restored will be the configuration and intensity of the natural magnetic field of the Earth, the change of which we discussed in the first film. If we do not rearrange the technogenic field, the climate changes will only grow. It is because this field strengthens from year to year, which is the reason for still greater disturbance of energy exchange on the planet. And because the sun activity also varies greatly. It is related to the fact that our solar system crosses the galaxy equator, its most energy-saturated area. That is why drastic changes on the sun may occur at any moment, which may cause a global cataclysm on the Earth.